Hello and a very good afternoon and evening to everyone. So just going to take a recap of what we've seen during the US session today. So firstly, a lot of that optimism that we saw early on in the European session after the Greek election results, that had been pared back slightly. So Eurodollar, although it did open higher late on Sunday, we did retrace that entire gain, now trading down around 60 pips on the session, just below the 126 handle. Now, in terms of the Greek situation at the moment, we have seen Samaras meet with the leaders of the PASOK party, the Syriza party, the Democratic Left and the Independent Greeks. So there's been nothing firm as yet. However, New Democracy Party sources have said there will be a coalition announced tomorrow. Venizelos has called for a multi-party coalition. He wants 4 main parties within that coalition. So that looks likely to be announced during tomorrow's session. The deadline for forming a coalition is 3 days. That mandate that has been passed to Samaras has just 3 days to form a governing coalition. And elsewhere in terms of Greece, they have already seen as well that party sources said that the New Democracy Party are going to push for an extension of the austerity cuts. They're supposed to be cutting 11.7 billion euros in terms of austerity measures within the next 2 years, but they want to extend that term by 4 years. However, this has not been decided or agreed upon with the Troika, so that'll be interesting going ahead. Those measures need to be put in place or at least go through Parliament by the end of this month in order to receive the next tranche of aid to Greece. Now, in terms of the energy market, we did see some slight weakness in terms of WTI and Brent crude, although we did see strength in natural gas, and that's as warmer conditions mean that there's a greater demand for air conditioning, so greater demand for natural gas. And in terms of the fixed income market, it has been relatively choppy, no firm direction in the latter half of this session, just as we went into the Treasury pit close. Now, in terms of tomorrow, again, that Greek situation will be key going ahead. We also have US housing starts, and in terms of the European session, we've got UK CPI and RPI numbers early on. We've also got the Bank of England announcing the size of Wednesday's ECTR operation, so that's the first auction under that extended collateral term repo facility, so that'll be quite interesting. We've also got EFSF, they're looking to raise 1.5 billion in a 6-month T-bill. But for the time being, that's enough from me. We'll have a look forward for you tomorrow morning, but in the meantime, have yourself a very pleasant evening.